Welcome to episode 815, Jim Koch, 9 Lessons. This is an outline of episode 815, lesson 1 to lesson 5. This is lesson 6, lesson 10. Lesson 1, the dumbest thing. It is from someone with 3 degrees from Harvard University. He earned a bachelor's degree in government. Then in 1978, he earned a JD and MBA from Harvard. Lesson 2, create a new sector. The new sector is craft beer.
Buds to something new and different. And I think that helped create this whole craft beer revolution. Cheers to drinking on the job.
Lesson 3, create an American beer revolution.
The wildest dream out of all this was that Samuel Adams, the beer, would start a revolution the way Samuel Adams, the patriot, had started the American Revolution.
Lesson 4, the initial projection in 1984.
I raised $140,000 and I had $100,000 myself, that I would grow for 5 years, reach 5,000 barrels of beer, $1 million in revenue, 8 employees, and I could pay myself $80,000 a year.
Lesson 5, concentrate on 2 things.
Started is try to do only 2 things. I was very focused on making great beer consistently and getting it to people fresh, and on working my tail off to sell it. And those things I focused on. I ignored a lot of other stuff. I mean, for example, we didn't have an office for the first year.
Lesson 6, 6th generation tradition as a brewmaster. Is a picture of young Jim Koch with his father and mother. Jim Koch is 6th generation brewmaster.
Dad was a brewmaster, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, etc. I've been fortunate enough to kind of have a front row seat and be a part of, energizing this whole craft beer revolution.
Lesson 7, business knowledge is contextual and probabilistic. He wrote the book, Quench Your Own Thirst, Business Lessons Learned Over a Beer or Two.
In his book,
and I don't think business knowledge is, universal and necessary and certain. It's more contextual and probabilistic rather than, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So I wanted to approach business learning in a more Aristotelian way, that it's stories, and we learn by stories. And
as an aide, he got the name Samuel Adams for his beer from an opinion poll.
In Boston, I was like, what? Well, it's small, and I'm going to make a beer, and I don't know the name of it. It would be okay if I talked to the people here in the bar, and I didn't do it on Friday nights, I do it in the week. So I collected data. That was my data. And, I had like 200 data points, and the 2 winners were Sam Adams and New World. New World was the first clipper ship ever built. It was, for some reason, Sam Adams was just this very cool historical figure. He started a revolution. He was actually a brewer.
9, sales of Samuel Adams beer surprised him. Instead of 5 years, it was 5 months.
8 employees. And I thought it would plateau after that. We didn't plateau at 5,000 barrels. It didn't take 5 years. It took 5 months. We kept growing.
Probably never imagined himself as a beer billionaire. Thank you for watching. Have you had a craft beer lately? Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.